You're pushing forth a lot of this rhetoric that the Black family is broken and so on and so forth, and that the marriage is going to save that. First of all, marriage is a capitalist construct. Marriage is not necessarily about love. Partnership is about love. So when you talk about marriage, in what context are you talking about marriage? Easily have children with a friend, and that is still family, and he will be the father of my child, and we can co-parent that child if I decide. And that is still building up the Black community. Just because, oh no, I don't need to be married to start a family. I do need a partner, and I don't have to marry that person. And that partner could also be a partner. A lot of more progressive Black women are going forth trying to build the community in a way that's non-conventional, that isn't specifically rooted in white supremacist idealisms. Doesn't mean that we want to break up the Black family and the Black community. No, the opposite. We are looking for healthier ways that build community, and sometimes those ways are not conventional. So to sit there and say that, oh, because we are unconventional, we are demonic or we are satanic, that doesn't make any sense. So finding ways to build community and to build family and to build family in community. So again, the nuclear family is an individualistic white supremacist structure, and it's not based on community. So why are we relegating the saving of the Black community in individualism and the nuclear family? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey everybody, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. So, y'all, here we go again. Remember what I mentioned a few weeks ago? Why I believe in particular there's some women out there who are downplaying the importance of marriage because they know they can't get married. And I wonder if this is one of those situations. I just wonder. But even if it's not, let's just assume she is a woman who legitimately does not think marriage is good or it's good for her. Her explanation that marriage is a white supremacist or a capitalistic construct is ahistorical. Marriage has existed for like thousands of years across all cultures in different economic setups and in different sociological setups. So no, marriage is not a result of capitalism. Now, marriage may look different under a capitalistic structure, but that is just not true. I just think I don't understand this consistent need to try to downplay the importance of marriage when it's literally been the thing that different societies have done, like I said, for thousands of years. So no, marriage is not a capitalistic thing, and no, it's not white supremacist. Okay, and then her other argument that the current setup, marriage, this current society is set up by white folks, and it is basically incongruent with the Black family. That's essentially what she's saying. So, okay, let's just assume that's true. The answer is not to go around and create a whole bunch of different single mothers, because here's another issue with this argument, in my humble opinion. What she's describing, it may sound nice and it may sound very kumbaya and it may sound very progressive, but it's theoretical at best. There is no data or information. There is nothing in history that has ever shown us that having a culture where people do not commit like legally, where marriage is not there, where there is not a clear family structure, there is no evidence to suggest that that would ever work. And so this new progressive model of trying new things and not being beholden to old traditional norms, it's theoretical. Like, it sounds cute, but we'd literally be making stuff up. And the evidence up to this point of what it looks like when people are cohabitating or, single mothers here, father over there, like, the data already isn't all that good. So I'm like, if we're already going down a path and the results don't seem to be that great, why would we continue down that path? Also, if the argument is, okay, you want to do something that is closer to Black culture or more closer to the roots of Black or African culture. Again, there is no African or Black society out there that had baby mama culture or that even had single parent or cohabitating culture. Marriages were still happening. Even if you understand polygamy and how that works. Right? There were still marriages. The women were still taken care of. The entire structure was different. It was a community-based structure. It was not individualistic. Yeah, individualism is not a construct of Black or African people. Like, I understand where she's coming from when she says that individualism is very much a Western ideal, but the answer is not to disregard a family structure or system that has been in existence since the beginning of time. Like, that's not that's not the answer. And again, for those who are trying to be more in touch with their Black or African roots, if she's that person, that is baby mama culture, single parent cohabitating culture is not and has never really been an aspect of a thriving Black or African society. Like, it's just not. So to me, no matter how you look at it, if you want to look at it through a Western lens, if you want to look at it through a Black or African lens, it just doesn't work. Because I'm like, not only is there not any evidence to show that this has ever worked, what we have seen up to this point, as we've seen culture progress in this way, the results aren't really all that good. They're not all that good. And again, if marriages have been here literally for thousands of years, across cultures, across different ethnic groups, like, marriage has been the one thing, to a certain extent, marriage and the family structure has been the one thing that almost all cultures can agree on. Now there's different ways that it's expressed, but that's one thing that you can find in every culture. If every culture can essentially agree that it's important and has been important for thousands of years, why all of a sudden do we need to undo it? Why undo it? And to me, the blatant attack against something that not only is God-given, but God-ordained and God-created, to me, I think it's very detrimental. And I think it's just foolish. But, that's what I think. Just let it be clear. This, in my humble opinion, this is why societies had concubines and they had wives. In societies, there was literally a difference. They were different classes of women, those who were wives and then those who served the wives. And I'm not saying that, a woman doesn't necessarily have value as a human being if she was a concubine, but in the cultural structure, in even traditional structures, you had wives and you had concubines, those who were the servants or the handmaidens of wives. And I think even though society has progressed, I think we are seeing already today that there is a distinction. There's a distinction in mentality and utility, and there's a distinction in, quite frankly, desire. And this is why, I don't believe everybody is meant to be a wife, or I don't believe everybody needs to be a wife. I understand that. But the answer, I don't think, is to now undermine the importance of something that has been in existence since the beginning of human history. So, y'all, those are my thoughts. But what do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know. Also, be sure to check out my How to Be a Wife series, where we discuss the journey towards becoming a virtuous woman and wife in the midst of a culture that encourages 304s. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening, if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.